see him.
Yeah.
And they felt he was well enough to go out to the garden. They have a beautiful little garden right beside the ICU for ICU patients. And they brought Dad out in the wheelchair. And one of the nurses saw Mum and Dad talking outside. Well, not talking because he was still intubated at this stage.
Yeah.
But the nurse took a photograph and she put it up on the Beaumont Hospital Twitter.
Yeah.
And it went viral. And it was, one of my friends actually from the GAA was on a GAA and she said, I saw a picture of a man and woman in ICU in Beaumont. That's not your mum and dad. And I said, yes. And it went to England. It went all over the place to try and inspire people, to let them know that, even though you're 40 days in ICU, there's still hope. You can still get out of it.
You can see.
And it was great.
Yeah. Was your dad, Pat, were you one of the longest to be in hospital?
I think at that time I was pretty close to the longest, yeah.
Right.
At that time. There has been people now that's been longer there, like recently and whatever. But at the time I think it was one of the longest, yeah.
Right. And are you on any medication at the moment, or will you be?
I'm on a couple of tablets, yeah. And I'm doing a lot of exercise. I'm doing a bit of walking. I started off slowly and I walk for about 3/4 of an hour a day now, roughly.
Right. Are you doing more exercise than you used to do?
No. Well, sorry, that's a lie. I'm doing more exercise, trying to build up my muscles in my shoulders,
right,
my back and all that. But walking and all that, I did a bit of walking before this happened.
Yeah. Well, I would have no doubt that the work that you did in the building trade, that stands for you as well, because you've got a lot of muscle there with your carrying and lifting and everything else. And that's my personal opinion, that does stand for you some way.
Yeah. Well, as all my friends would tell you, I'm pretty physical working.
Yeah, you're hands on. Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
I'm only joking. This is for them.
That's for them. Okay. So you're a stand-byer.
I'm a pen pusher now at this stage.
Well, yeah, very good, very good. Ask you this question, Pat. People say that when they're close to, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad were you? Would you be in?
How? Now, look, again, that's a very, very hard question to answer.
Yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to fearing death, obviously.
Yeah. Well, let me put it to you this way. They say that people, when it's close to death and they come out of it and they're fine, that they kind of they begin to see things differently and do things that they should have done and all this type of stuff. Is that a road you would go down?
It was the road I intended to go down.
Yeah.
When I come out of the hospital, I'm going to appreciate the trees and the wind and the rain and what have you more than I've ever done before.
Yeah.
That was and is my intention. I think I'll probably take a back seat now. I won't do as much as I used to do before this happened.
Right.
Right. But with regards to fearing death, I didn't feel death, and I didn't feel like that. I had to worry about death. I always felt somehow, with all the prayers, etc., that I'd come out of it.
Good.
I didn't expect not to come out of it.
Yeah. Is that?
I don't think you realise.
Strange.
I don't think you realised how bad you were, Dad, when you were in jail.
No, I didn't. No, but I didn't. In truth, I didn't realise how bad I was. That would be fair to say. Yeah.
So Vicky, there was a lot of prayers said.
Oh, there was prayers from everywhere.
Yeah.
There was candles. It was like Manchester United and Liverpool with the candles.
Right.
There was candles everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is true. And prayers.
What we did was we set up. We had a WhatsApp group because a lot of people were ringing to find out how Dad was, and we started a WhatsApp group. And then my brother came up with this great idea. Some of us are very religious, and some of us aren't so.
Yeah.
But at 9 o'clock every evening, we'd all stop what we were doing and we'd either say a prayer or, we'd just think about Dad and concentrate on helping his lungs breathe. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Just for 5 minutes every day. But we did that for about a month. And whether it was God or whether it was positive energy, whatever you want to call it, it certainly helped. I believe it helped.
It worked. Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. So naturally, Vicky, you can see a great difference now in your dad compared to, when he was up in the hospital or before. Did you see him before he went into the hospital?
Oh yeah.
You did,
absolutely,
yeah.
We were walking together for 2 or 3 days before I went into the hospital, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was about a week beforehand. Yeah, we took a walk down to the shop. That's actually when I noticed that I kind of felt you were a bit off. And when I took your temperature that day, we realised that it was 38, which I wouldn't consider particularly high.
Yeah.
But it is within that criteria.
Yeah.
And then I rang the doctor. And I said, I'm a bit worried about my dad. And he actually put him on a waiting list to get checked for the virus. And then, remember, it changed and you had to have 2 symptoms to get tested. And then they cancelled the test. So because Dad only had the 1 symptom, which was the temperature.
Right.
They decided not to test him. But at that stage, it was, days before he went into hospital. Then we absolutely, the family knew
This isn't right. Yeah.
Dad never gets sick. He's as tough as our nails.
Yeah.
He never
Thanks
gets
very
sick.
much, yeah. That's the Guinness is keeping me alive.
That's it.
Well, only you can say that. You don't have to answer this, Pat, but have you any idea how this happened to you? Any idea how you contacted it at all?
You know something? I mean, I have a few ideas, and in truth, it could have been anywhere. I could point it in the direction of one particular place.
Yeah.
But I'm not 1,000% sure. So there's no point in saying it was in this pub or in this shop or in this bookies or in this whatever.
Yeah.
There's no point because I couldn't swear to it.
Okay. Yeah. But you're out.
But again, as I say, I was one of the fellas that would never get it anyway.
Yeah. But you've come through it and you're getting back to health. And do you would you wear a mask now when you go out? Or
if I go out walking, I won't wear a mask, and I don't wear a mask a lot. But I respect the fact that if you go into a supermarket or whatever, I will put on a mask. I carry a mask with me.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily wear it all the time.
Yeah.
But the rules are rules, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah. How about you and the rest of the family, Vicky? Would you be strong supporters of wearing the mask?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we have masks now. We'll always have spare masks in the car.
Yeah.
If we need to stop off at the shop or anything like that. And obviously public transport, obviously. But that would be the only time. Shops and that would be the only time.
Yeah. Pat, I'll give the last word in a way to you. What do you want to say to people out there? What advice are you going to give them?
I'm a great believer that you have to live your life, and with this virus, no one knows where this virus is going or where it's going to end. No one has a clue at the moment. I would just say, God, if you catch it, just hope and pray that you come through it.
Yeah.
And you've got to fight it. You can't give in. You just can't give in. And with the sport that whoever catches it, that they get from their family and friends, if it's anything like the support that I got, they will pull through.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Without a doubt, they'll pull through.
Yeah. And I heard a rumour, I don't know how true it is, I heard a rumour that you lost a bit of weight and you're looking very slim and trim. And dapper.
I tell you, I look so well, I should be in Portland's window, you know that? I can see my toes now. I couldn't see them before.
Vicky, have you anything to comment on that?
Priest Joan. He looks about 10 years younger.
Wow. Very good.
Yeah.
Vicky, you
I'm looking for... Joe, I'm also, what I'm doing is I've been thinking about selling all my old clothes.
Okay.
I'm swapping them for smaller ones, one or the other.
Right. So you got to get a whole new wardrobe.
A whole new wardrobe, yeah.
Very good,
I'd have to do that.
Excellent. Vicky, coming from the family side, from what you saw, what's your advice to people? What would you say to people regarding all this?
With regarding all this, well, it's, you know, it's really tough.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give up hope. You know, if you do have a parent that catches it, you just have to, you know, I saw how Dad fought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and every time his kidneys failed or his liver failed, he fought back.
Mm-hmm.
So we could see how much he was fighting. So we were going to fight too.
Right.
And you just don't give up hope. You don't. You fight for your mum and dad.
Fight and pray.
That's it. And the nurses are brilliant. That's it.
Yeah.
And the doctors know what they're doing. They're brilliant. They really are.
Excellent.
I would second that, yeah.
Yeah.
The doctors, the nurses, you can't say enough about them. And I thank them for saving my life.
Very
Simple
good.
as that.
Excellent. Well, continued health to you, Pat. And
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
I hope you get a lovely new wardrobe. And
well, please, God, any contributions will be gratefully received.
Louis Walsh, if you're
only Louis Walsh, yeah.
Is it Louis? No, I can't remember the guy up in Cable Street. It is Louis Walsh, isn't it? Or is he the kid?
It is Louis Walsh,
is
yeah.
It? Okay, if you're listening in.
I have a pair of socks, so I know what I'm talking about.
Very good, very good. Pat, Vicky,
sorry, Joe, could I just say one thing?
Of course you can, yeah. Go ahead.
The strange thing about when I came out of ICU, the hallucinations I was having, I don't. At one stage, when I was lying in the bed and I was feeling pretty bad, I looked across, and who was in the bed across from me? Only Ronan Collins.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, his wife was beside him at the bed, holding his hand.
All right.
Now, of course, it wasn't Roland Collins, but I would have given my right arm and said it was him. It wasn't.
Okay.
I was hallucinating.
Yeah.
And it just some of the things that happened were weird.
You must listen to Ronan on the radio, or wherever.
Oh, no, I do, yeah. But like. It looks so much like him, and there was no doubt it was him, but it wasn't him.
It wasn't him.
You know, some strange things happened, but that's for another day anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, Joe.
He could have went home and said to his wife, "I'm sure I saw Pat Lawler lying in bed across me."
Yeah, but and afterwards I was saying, hold on a second, his wife is holding his hand. Why is my wife not here beside me, all in my hand?
But as you say, hallucinations.
That's all, yeah.
Right.
That's it, yeah.
Thank you to the two of you for talking to us this morning.
Thank you, Joe.
Really appreciate that. And Pat, continued health to you, and to you as well, Vicky, and all the family. Take care of yourselves, okay?
Thanks again, Joe.
And there you go. And that's Pat and Vicky Lawler, and one family story of what they've gone through over the last couple of months. And of course, it's Louis Copeland in Cable Street. Not, as I said, Louis Walsh, but there you go. It's been a long time since I've been up around Cable Street. We're going for a break? Yes, we're going for a break. Back in 2 minutes.
Text 087 69 44 500.
90.3 Near FM.
If you like songs from the 80s, songs from the 90s and songs from the present day, tune into the Jukebox each Tuesday from 4:30 to 5:30, hosted by myself, Andrew Reid. That's Tuesday, 4:30 to 5:30, right here on Near FM.
Girl Power Hour. It's 60 minutes of all female music and chat. Listen to Near FM every Sunday evening from 6 to 7 for your weekly dose of girl power.
If you wanna be my lover.
Living in the 70s. Our music, our decade, our memories.
Hey, this is Dave O'Connor. Sunday night is our new night for nostalgia. Whether you're a punk, a ska head, disco diva, rocker, or all of these, we guarantee to bring a smile to your Sunday night. So make Sunday night your new radio fix with Soundtrack of the 70s with me, Dave O'Connor, every Sunday from 9:30.
Born in the 70s. Welcome to Middle Age. Near FM 70s.
The sounds. The stories.
Well, we were coming to rescue the other day. Our master called by Boozer Brown.
And the music of the 50s. It's all on John Markey's Magic Moments. John Markey's Magic Moments.